All right, welcome back to LearnWire. This video is going to be about SEO recovery after March 2024 Google Core Update. There are a lot of SEOs out there creating YouTube videos about their opinions on what they're going to do in the future, going forward, on how to go about building your site, building your contents, and so forth, what they think is going to happen. But no one's really performed an actual test on how to recover a site from the test, because from what I know about the core updates from the last two updates, is that once your site is actually penalized, then the entire site is penalized. And if you have hundreds of articles on that site and you did use AI in some fashion to create those, it's going to be very hard to identify which articles are helpful, which ones are not helpful. There's millions of different variations of you going in and trying this article out and skipping that article because it's really good, and then going for another article and trying to adjust them. We don't know what they're exactly looking for. All we know is that our site got penalized and what can we do to recover it. So I've got an aged domain that is about 15 years old. I'm the original owner of the domain. My site got hit, and I want to see what I can do, and I'm creating this as a strategy. Can we actually, if you think about an analogy of building a house, like if you were going to go remodel a house or flip a house, you would go and find a house that is in a really bad condition, right? But maybe the real estate or the lot of the land is in a really good location, but just the house is 100 years old, it's crappy. And in some cases, or in a lot of cases, it would be more cost effective and time effective to just tear down the entire house and utilize the land that you just purchased, which would be the domain age and domain rating and the backlinks that it has. But then all the content, the framing of the house is all really bad. So we need to take all that down and we're going to rebuild it. So that's basically the essential concept of what I'm trying to do with this test. And I've not seen any other content on how to actually recover your site. And so I'm going to do this test for you, perhaps so you don't have to. One of my sites that got penalized, I'm going to completely remove all the pages from the site. It has over 300 indexed pages, and I'm going to go ahead and remove all of them. I'm going to be focusing on an extremely valuable content and not spamming AI content on it, and see if the new pages get indexed and ranked. We're still going to use AI. We're just going to use it in a unique, effective, hopefully effective way. And so, like I said, we're going to try to find the answer if a domain is able to be demolished and built back up as a recovery strategy, right? This test does not exist, as it's only been weeks. I believe it's only been about 8 weeks since the March update has been out. So the steps to the project, I'm going to identify articles I actually wrote 100% from scratch and save them to a document so I can create my brand voice. I might also write some additional content that's human generated, that is my voice, the way that I would write, maybe answer some really top questions that would be in my industry, so that I can go and train the AI that I'm going to use and they can use that information, okay? Delete all pages on my site and give them some time to de-index. So I might give it a week or two before I even try to do some content on there. Identify blogs in my niche that are increasing and doing something right. And then I'll do keyword research, traditional keyword research, just to see what kind of content they're creating and topics, and see if I can cover them, but in my own way and not copying from those blogs and sites. Then we're going to create content using higher quality content creation methods. Yes, I'll still use AI, but differently and slowly than previously, right? Now I'm going to test to see if this new content ranks. Overall goal is to see or show if a domain that is penalized can recover with the delete all, quote unquote, delete all posts method that I'm coining or creating or testing for you right now. So if you want to join me on this journey just to see if we can get some traction, the whole test is, can we take down all that AI content, the spammy content that we got de-indexed on? Can we rebuild it with way better content they're putting a lot more time into? And can it actually index? And could you technically recover your domain? Because recovering the site, that's going to be whole nother ball game to try to figure out what actually caused the penalty. And when you have hundreds of articles on your site, in my case, that's almost impossible to do. So I want to go and log in and show you this site over here. Financial Wolves is a site that's in my niche, making money online. It's in the finance space and so forth. And this site was really taking off at one point, getting hundreds of thousands of visitors per month. Guess what happened after the core update? Look, they went from just hundreds of thousands of visitors all the way down, boom, and then they're down to nothing, getting no visitors at all right here. Then we go over here to this really popular guy, Adam Onfroy. He's been blogging full time since 2020. making over $100,000 a month. He has the blog growth engine. Now he has YouTube growth engine, and he's really blown up over the last couple of years. I almost can guarantee if you're watching my channel that you also watch Adam Onfroy's YouTube channel. Now, I haven't invested in his course or anything like that. I don't really have an opinion as to the quality. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure this guy definitely has quality stuff and that he means well. But the fact is that when we go in and look at his site, he's also completely tanked from 1.6 million viewers per month on his blog, and he's gone down to almost basically nothing right here. So he's experienced being slapped and hit by Google as well. Those of you that might have been watching or you tune into him more, I don't watch all of his content on YouTube. Every once in a while I'll catch a video. But what is he up to these days? What is he telling you to do? Leave some comments below. What is he telling you to do about, like, his high quality site got tanked as well? But I really don't know what else to say about that. But it's who has the answers, right? This is a big profile guy. And does he have the answers for you? If you're tuned into his stuff, if you're a member of his blog growth package, does he have answers for you right here? So crazy stuff, right? But some sites that have done well, and there's thousands of sites that are like these sites right over here. These are just some that came to mind that I was finding in my research. But when we come over here and we look at Side Hustle Nation, this is a popular side hustle, make money online site that's been around for a long time as well. They're still ranking for over 102,000 words. Somehow, some way, they were able to get through this update without basically getting slapped by Google. They are still getting a lot of traffic, and they survived. And they're in my niche, so I'm going to just use them for topics and so forth. We'll come over here, and here's Diggity Marketing. You guys know Matt Diggity. He's a popular SEO on YouTube, and he runs multiple agencies and businesses, and he's just enjoying steady growth right here, and he has not gotten slapped by this as well. And then finally, we come over here to a smaller site called Heights Platform. It's a software company, and you can see that they are really starting to really grow. So they're getting rewarded with more traffic, and they're doing something right as well. So I'm going to study some of these sites like this that are in my space, in my niche, see what they're doing with their content and so forth, and see if I can replicate it and see if I can recover the site in a general. So now I want to show you some stats. We're over here. I just ran the numbers or the rankings, and you can see right over here, we are ranking for a couple articles randomly: medical transcription schools in Ohio and how to start a hoarding cleanup business. And we're actually ranking in the top 10 for this, and it is a search volume keyword. But I'm going to go ahead and just delete all of them. But you can see all these rankings that we had before the update right here. All these rankings right over here, and they're all gone. We lost all those rankings right there. Look at this ranking for all these that have search volume, and we are losing out on all of those rankings. I'll just click on it like that so you can actually see, look at, like, we had number 1 spots, we had number 2 spots, we had 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way. And we had a ton of rankings right over here. So I'm not an SEO expert, but I obviously knew how to rank AI content and do keyword research because we were ranking for a ton of stuff. But if we come over here and show you my search console real quick, you will see that we were clearly, if I go into performance and if I go into the last 16 months real quick, clearly see that we were hit, right? We had steady growth right over here. Then we were actually started growing right here. And then boom, it just went down from the previous year's update to right over here in March, right over here. This is March 5th. I'll show you right over here. March 5th is right here. So we actually were right here with 6 clicks. And then the day after the update, boom, it went down. And we are completely down to 0, 1, or 2 clicks per day on the site right over here. Clearly from this March update, that was the final straw, basically, that the site is completely tanked and has no traction or traffic or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and try to go about this a little bit different, and that's what this test is for. So I wanted to get this out there. I'm going to be doing some work on this. I'm going to be removing pages, like right over here. I'll even log in for you right in front, post, all posts. I'm going to go in here because I have no use for this website other than to see if this test will work. I'm not doing this. I'm not trying to build this site up to try to make money or anything like that. I really wanted to see, can we actually, this is a strategy that I believe in theory should make sense because the site is penalized from the content that's on the site. And so if we remove all the content on the site and then we actually pump it with really high value, high quality, researched, factually based content that is concise and condensed as well, that's not this 3,000 word articles and so forth that's just filled with AI fluff, we try to do the right thing. can you recover your site? Because a lot of you are probably wondering the same thing if you can do this. So I'm going to try to do this test. It might take a month or two to figure it out and start seeing if something happens. So you want to join me. You want to make sure to subscribe to LearnWire if you're new here so I can take you on this journey. This isn't all the content that I create. I do a lot of software reviews on this channel as well. But we are going to see if we can use this as a strategy or a way to recover your AI penalized website. Okay. So what I'd be doing is coming in here, right here. I would be literally clicking on 100 articles, going over here and saying move to trash right here and apply. You'll see the published is 209, trash is 100. And then after this is done, you'll see the wheel right over here. This should change to, I believe, 109, and this should go to 200. So we'll see real quick. So then this one published is only 109 and trash is 200 because there's 100 articles on each one of these right here. And I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up. We were ranking, we've had writers on the site and so forth, but at the end of the day, it's just not getting the job done in today's content space. So another thing that I've heard as well, I'm going to go ahead and move to trash and apply, is that sites that are like e-commerce sites are doing really well after this last update. Services, SaaS, software as a service products, right? Those kind of, if you're offering an actual product or service or physical product on your page, Shopify store, all those kind of stuff, you're actually doing better because those are things that essentially what I gather from the research that I've done is that content sites as a whole are just going away. And we're seeing it every day with sites that are getting penalized that just basically had to cast a massive wide net of content, right? And they want to just cover every topic under the sun and they just want to rank. And those days seem to be over. Whether good sites or bad sites were hit, they're doing something about just the spam of content in general, right? What they really want is expertise, staying on point, only talking about what you're an expert at, and having something to offer with your site. Is there a point if someone comes to your site, maybe to learn something? Like basically, they're not going to come to your site to learn something because Google is answering everything with AI anyways these days. But is there an outcome, right? Do you have a product or service that you're trying to sell? And so I don't really even know if this test is going to be finally answer that as well. It's going to answer a couple things. One, can we recover a content site by putting higher quality content on it? And then two, this might, if I made a prediction, it's probably not going to work, because what I'm learning about is that content sites in general are not going to work going forward. So I need to just do this last one right in front of you guys. I just removed all of the pages on my site. Who cares, right? It's completely penalized and nothing else is going to happen to the site unless I actually do this right now. So we just trashed 314 articles on the site right over here. We can go back over here, trash, and I'm wondering if we can actually even empty the trash right over here. I'm actually going to empty the trash as well. We're going to just completely get rid of all this content off the site. So this is the first step. I'll come back. If I could figure out maybe like a product or something like that to really put at the forefront and then also improve my EEAT score, have a really good about page and so forth, we might still be able to do this. I'll also go and do some research on and just find, for example, if we go to Side Hustle Nation and just see what they're doing, what are they offering? So we'll come over here. They have business ideas and so forth. And you can see, we'll click over here. They have almost over 400,000 visitors per month. Start here, get ideas. This is still a site that is in general a content site. This is a little bit like Adam Onfroy. It's interesting that this site hasn't gotten hidden, but Adam Onfroy's has gotten hidden. So we go to Adam Onfroy, high quality site, getting hundreds of thousands of visitors. Look, he's featured on Forbes, Entrepreneur, Business.com. He's got so many credentials right over here of authority. He's got more authority than Side Hustle Nation, but Side Hustle Nation did not get penalized for some reason. Maybe they're just next up on the docket. I don't know. They have courses over here, but Adam has products and courses as well. Adam's site's nicer than this one and better, and he got hit and this site didn't. So very interesting stuff, but a couple different tests, right? Can we recover that age domain? Can we recover the site? Or the other part is that can we rank content site anymore? Because what I'm hearing is that you might just have to have products and services, and that's your chance of ranking. So we'll see. It'll be a fun test. Appreciate you tuning in, and I will give you guys an update soon. All right. Thank you.